What's up, everybody? It's finally here! 4.3. I've had a countdown going on for days now. In place of Final Fantasy 14, we did a little Persona last night. It didn't go bad. But now that 4.3 is finally here, gonna be diving into a lot of stuff. I have not watched anything other than the trailer, so I'm totally wanting this as spoiler-free as possible. That never seems to happen ever, but let's do it. Let's try it for once. I've already had to avoid Discord today, Facebook. I've lived in a desolate wasteland all cuddled to myself watching random things. I walked Choco a few times too, but let's get into this. I've actually been really excited to get back into this for a really long time. The story picks back up. The raids, or raid, just everything, all the content. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little salty as much as a few other people that we didn't get all the content they said we would be getting, but it's expected. It happens pretty much every time. So let's get things started. I don't know why my main scenario thingy hasn't already popped up. I don't even know where it's at anymore. That's it. I'm just moving it around now. So, yeah, it's not there. Maybe it'll be here. It is not. Well, that could be a toughie. I should have done this on Sunday. Oh well. You know what? I guess I'll just go on a wild goose chase for it. When was our last actual story quest? Oh man. Around Doma, maybe? Nah, we'll go to Rogger's Reach. It's more than likely Rogger's Reach. I was a little disappointed I wasn't able to get all the way through all the Sigmascape beforehand, though. And didn't actually get the Byakko dog either, unfortunately. Okay, definitely not here. That's gonna be a problem. Whoa. No, I'm not trying to do that right now. Let's see if I can get that thing back up there. I'll never fund that thing. feel like I'm onto something when I see that, but then I don't even see it. Ah, that is it. Okay, sweet. Shit, and I didn't turn it on. Oh man, it's been so long since I've had to fund that thing before. I don't even remember turning it off. Okay, Ingashi. What is that? Kugane. Good deal. Man, I went about it the complicated way. Sweet. I'm actually gonna split this up into like 2 parts today too. I'm gonna pop off at here about probably about 7 o'clock ish, 7:30, somewhere around there. Take a small break, then jump back in for the rest of the night like that. Hopefully everything really does go well. What's up, Chris? What you doing first? The story. Gonna jump right back into that. Wherever that may be. Upstairs. Are you the story person? Oh wait, no, I gotta find some flames. I'll get back to this later. I'm on the other side of town. Ruby Bazaar. Good deal. So how much of this have you already played through, Chris? Have you completed it already? There we go, finally. Greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices? Yes, sir. You haven't done any of the main scenario quests yet. Oh, wow. Alphino has important news to share. I hope it's all voice acted. And it's not! Ah, Tom Berry. Impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Code Gene to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for the signs of crystal hoarding and the lock, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. For the Garlean's part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yansha. It would seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. Man, it's been a while since I've had to read Alpha now. According to the letter, Yatsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however, slot it would be better if Asahi weren't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straight ways for the Enclave, then. Lord Hien will be waiting. Maybe we'll get some voice acting then. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. Straight for the Nemazu, huh? It's gonna be a long time before I can ever get there. What do you gotta be like a disciple of Hand or Land, what is it, 60? It could be 70, I really don't know. But either way, it's gonna be a long time before I'm able to get there. Othard. I need to get familiarized with these locations all over again. Weird. You can tell there's a lot more people active today as well. The loading screens, they take forever. I really should get that randomizer thing back going again. Mike K, hello. Where the hell are they? All are free to travel in and out of the Enclave. Do you seek passage? I guess so. I could have just came here. Damn it. What a waste of time. Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? Yes, please. Here we go. Hien, maybe we'll get some voice acting after this. Ah, see, my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject, on the forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I neglected to mention. That concerns Gosetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear, and despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. God's good, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time he receives some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We will visit him at once, Tonberry, Alice, shall we? Maybe. We get footsteps.
Open wide now.
Yes.
Pleased to you. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai. I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon?
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... a gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Whoa.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you this is not.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink. What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man. Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman! I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire, and her a model grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I'm relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. Yes, but what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him. You couldn't make it up, though. Although, I suppose Gosetsu is an old man. With the way he charges through love, it can be easy to forget. Aye, he has resisted... Holy shit. Disrepute? Fuck that word. With all the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. Decrepitude. There we go. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. If his health returns, the fact remains, he will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his all for Elysian land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is saying that, well, she certainly has me fooled. This is no pretense. Giddy. Yugiri, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince, so what makes you so sure? I've been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for a misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening, I watched her as if she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there. On the tatami, a child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I cannot conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else I would hazard. The matter is settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we need to present her to the ambassador one last time to prove that her memory is truly gone. I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she as good as fastened the chains around their necks. Which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first. Out of sight, out of my countrymen. Will you help me? We're at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Guardians are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet with you at the docks with Tsuyu. Man. I always forget how much dialogue changes between characters. You'd think with Persona I'd be used to it, but they're so much more modern. Oh, this would be so much faster. Just walk outside. Gotcha. Shall we wait here then? Lord Hien should not be long. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She is nowhere to be found. What? But the Garleans will be landing in a matter of moments. If she fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but is it possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether? Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? A fair-skinned woman, my lord? Do not rightly know. I think, yes. Yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat. But I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. What, as new fallen snow it was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No. No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. Troy, hello. 'Twould seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this. Sounds pretty crazy. Whoa, he just teleported behind me. Though his face betrays little sign of panic, Hien is plainly desperate to find out Tsuyu before something terrible happens. What are you gonna give me? It seems Tsuyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami, help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility of her disappearance for all of this lies with me, but I would ask for your aid nonetheless. We're at your service, Lord Hien. Now as before, let us make the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. We have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surroundings, Alfino, if you would take the road to Castrum Fluminus. Tonberry, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Manor? One of the Nemazu may have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff and hope the Kami smile upon our efforts. Datham, hello. It's so weird. Seeing the achievement thing. Okay, where do I gotta go? Ah, that's the one. Welcome to Yuzuka Manor. Yes, yes, if there is anything you care to know, you need only, a pale-skinned woman. I have seen no such traveler. I am sorry to say, most sorry. Scaly-skinned Nemazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. Where's the next fish, man? Unusually pale skin. Yes, yes. I saw this woman on the way back from my fishing trip. That's so weird. She had just crossed the shallows east of here and was headed in a northeasterly direction. For the most part, her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. I have not, Troy. I've not even been on very long. I've literally logged in. Story, then we'll see what's next. You see no sign of Yotsuyu to the north. Perhaps she is somewhere further off to the northeast. Okay, northeast it is. Still no sign of Yotsuyu. Perhaps she is yet further to the northeast. Further northeast. Oh, is that her? Or is that just more people? Damn, this survey takes a long time. Yotsuyu is nowhere to be seen, but lying on the ground a short distance to the north, you spot a familiar-looking wide-brimmed hat. A cursory glance is all that is required to confirm your suspicions. It is the same hat Yotsuyu was wearing when you found her in Sakazuki. Suspicious. Tonberry, before you ask, our search of Kuzakari and its surroundings have yielded exactly naught. Save this chance reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alise has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. If it was she who informed me of the situation, I joined Lord Hien here shortly thereafter. How did you fare at Yuzuka Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? Sent me on a wild goose chase. Toward Namai? By the Kami, if the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yugiri and I will check the paddles. Oh, the patties. The village square is yours. gonna go down. Uh-oh.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
He looks pissed.
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead!
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsugu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies! My lord, she would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
Canker?
What I saw then, it's all true. I'm sorry! I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Here, there's no need to cry. Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu, and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands, and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
All right. I'll keep my peace.
As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
What's up, Mira? That's cool. No spoilers, Mira. Not any. But you're all good. Don't worry, I'm not saying you spoiled anything. I was just saying, you know. But, congrats, though. And good luck. Give me just a second. I gotta do something really quick in the background. Okay, let's get farther into this. Hien. What's up? Hien's face is a picture of relief. That would have been better avoided, but at least it did not end in bloodshed, and judging by Soyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the event of her former life. This was no escaped attempt. Nay, it seems it was an offhand request of Gotsetsu which brought her to Namai. She came in search of a persimmon. Huh. And they say fruit is good for the health. I hope Gotsetsu finds the taste to his liking. Well, we have certainly taken the long way around. Let us continue on to the Castrum Fluminis and our meeting with the ambassador. Alfino and Alice should still be there, conducting their search. Yeah, I've got no idea. Okay. Just to the south of here. Hey, it's Chris. Flying away on a T-Rex. It seems our imperial guests have already arrived. 'Tis time to meet with the ambassador.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
Special guests? I think they're late.
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look well.
What is he trying to do?
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
This guy is messed up.
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
That thing's probably all bruised now.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma. Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
That's just so weird.
We continue with the exchange as planned, then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
I knew better than to trust Asahi, but that was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I've sent her back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Gotsetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them. You have that look, Alfino. What is it? No, nothing of consequence. Most like. We can discuss it upon our return. We should pay a visit to Gotsetsu and reassure him that Tsuyu's fate. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on her.
Gotsetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in.
Why did he hesitate for a second?
When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone!
Again?
Gone?
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
You already did once. Although, the way it's looking, I'm wondering if by the end of this little patch, if not a little bit farther into the next one, is she gonna get her memories back? It kind of seems that way. Especially that little last thing her brother said to her. Or Asahi, whatever. Might as well say brother.
Help! 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 Help me!
If only I hadn't remembered. He should hate me. But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Oh man, sounds like she already has her memories back.
Who's there?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu. A font of misery. You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure.
Gosh, she's harsh.
We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament.
This guy seems kind of reasonable.
You've kept your looks at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
Okay, he's a scumbag.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Yotsuyu! What?
She's back.
No!
Asahi. Of course.
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
Damn.
Please. I don't want to die.
Maybe don't be a scumbag next time.
Any sign of her?
Kind of.
What happened here?
You know what happened.
I knew what would happen if she recovered.
Told you.
And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives. But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
We have recovered the nearest remains, and will hold the cremation anon. Would that they had never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gotsetsu myself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts. Lord Hien seems keen to take stock of the situation. So, my friends, that which we feared has come to pass. Yotsuyu has regained her memory and returned to the Imperial fold. It is by any measure a cruel twist, not less for Gotsetsu, but one which does not invalidate our agreement. according to the terms of the contract, we were bound to surrender Yotsuyu into the Garlean's hands should her condition improve prior to the hour of exchange. By that reckoning, all is, if not as it should be, then as it must be. This I can accept. But what I cannot accept are the unconceivable lengths to which Asahi went to achieve this outcome. Given his recent conduct and his apparent admiration for Xenos, it is plain that he cannot be trusted, and that is to say nothing of the unexplained containers he insists on bringing to our meetings. Whatever the ambassador is planning, I think it unlikely our negotiations will end peacefully. In the event of hostiles, the safety of the conscripts must be our first concern. As such, I would have an escape route in place before the meeting begins. A wise precaution, if the main structure of Castrum Fluminis is to be the stage for the exchange, then I believe a thorough inspection is in order. The Citadel has stood empty ever since the Imperial withdrawal, while we took steps to ensure that it could not be defended by an occupying force. It is entirely possible that the ambassador has arranged things there to his advantage. I will slip inside and make certain we have an unobstructed exit. Now allow me to join you. No, pray allow me to join you. I have some experience in Imperial facilities, and should matters take a turn for the worst, I would hope to be of at least some use. Very good, that should be enough to guarantee us a way out of the castrum. Beyond that, however, we will need a ship to ferry conscripts back to the Enclave. Even with every skiff we have, it would take several trips to evacuate everyone. A Confederate Sekibun, on the other hand, would require only a single run and leave us far less vulnerable on the water. Assuming, of course, Rasho can be convinced to part with one. Might I take the lead on this? I have dealings with Rasho and his pirates before. I won't be alone, will I, Tonberry? You can count on me. Much appreciated. I quite fancy parleying with pirates again. It's just a shame Lise won't be there to reprise her role. I am certain you will make a persuasive pair, but I think I will accompany you to these negotiations all the same. My lord, the ruler of Doma should not be seen consorting with common brigands. Come now, you giddy. They stood with us against the Empire. If we would ask their aid once more, we must meet them as equals. My presence shall serve to demonstrate our sincerity. Indeed, my lord. Pray forgive my presumption. By your leave, Master Alfino, and I shall be about our task. And we should be on our way to Onokoro. Time is short, and Rasho may take some convincing. It's probably Rasho. More than likely Rasho. As Chris said, yeah, Troy, she's an evil bitch. We kind of knew it was going to happen, though. I mean, even I was kind of speculating. I was a little curious before she got her memory back, but I mean, they really heavily hinted right there. All of a sudden, she was going to get it back. Even kinda in the past before the last patch. But But yeah, super evil. I'm just curious to what's going to happen next. No, it is Russia. That was an A, not an O. Okay, cool. There's a face I did not expect to see. What brings the noble lord of Doma into the company of bilge rats such as we? You've come to offer Doman chains in a place of Garleans once. Then I'm afraid you've wasted a trip. And that was... Oh, and what fond subjects you would make. With your fleet at our disposal, our restoration efforts would be hastened tenfold. But let us speak seriously. I stand before you not to demand your fealty, but to request your aid once more. Mayhap you are confused. Doma's liberation was but a means to an end. We aided you only to save ourselves. Now we have no such incentive. We have sworn no oath to you and will not come running like hounds at their master's whistle. And I would not presume to treat you thus. I come to petition your cooperation as an ally of equal standing. Equal standing, you say, seems a bit lopsided to me. Where's the profit for us in all of this? Profit? Must you always think in such short-sighted terms? Have you ever heard of doing the right thing? These are pirates. Have you ever heard of pirates? Little miss, you'll find we're simple souls. You pay our tithe, you sell in peace. Deny us our due, and we'll take it by force. We'll pull you out of the water if we see you drowning. But we are not in the business of doing something for nothing. Calm yourself, Mistress Alice. We did not come here to moralize. We came here to talk, and there is more to be said. According to records recovered after the liberation, relatives of your Domin born brethren were among these conscripted into the Imperial Army, and as you may be aware, we recently negotiated the return of said conscripts. Many, alas, will arrive to find no families waiting for them, no homes to grant them shelter. I would ask you to offer them a place in the Confederacy. You would not be rescuing strangers, but welcoming brothers and sisters into your ranks. And has not the Confederacy been in need of new recruitments? You seem well informed of our affairs, Lord Hien. The losses we suffered at the Garlean hands are no secret, but since we drove them out of Doma, the Ruby Sea has come alive with traders and travelers, so many vessels to tax, so few pirates to tax them. We could do with some more hands on deck, and doubly so, if they're familiar with the inner workings of the Empire. Very well, the Confederacy agrees to your request. You have your ship. But before that, you must do something for me. The vessel I have in mind was damaged during your battle with the Empire. Though we have mended her, she has yet to be declared seaworthy. She's sound enough down below, but when you load her up with the conscripts and the waterline rises, those upper planks had best be free of cracks. assuming you want your people to stay dry, will you do me the favor of swimming around the hull to check for weaknesses? That is, Doman lords are not averse to getting their robes wet. Not this Doman lord. If we each inspect a third of the ship, it shall be done in Thras? Is that what it said? That is the spirit. The ship is moored at Quickscape Pier. Our apprentice shipwright will be on deck to hear your report. Look for a lad named Ihanashi. And I thought I had a knack for parleying with pirates. For the record, my previous attempt was an unmitigated success, and yes, I should have quit while I was ahead. Well, well, I thought the rumors exaggerated, but the young lord lives up to his reputation. What? Were they up there still? What the monkey? Where is this ship? Ah, other side. Upon closer inspection, you spot a small crack in one of the planks. You see no signs of damage here. Sweet. Rez, hello. How are you this evening? I am the shipwright, the apprentice shipwright. Did you find anything that might need attention? The section I inspected seems solid enough. On the port side, near the bow, you say? Alright, I'll have a look and see what I can do. My apologies, I seem to have lagged behind. I could float in a gentle sea all day, otherwise I'm happy to report no visible cracking or holes in my section of the hull. Your Lord Hien, the captain sent you to inspect the hull. Call me, have mercy, forgive us this discourtesy, my lord. 'Tis quite alright, in fact, I rather enjoyed it. I take it you are of Doma. Yes, my lord, the Imperials took my father away after the uprising, and I had nowhere else to turn. The Confederacy became my family. But someone told me they're releasing the conscripts now. Maybe my father will be among them. Not that I can go back. There's no leaving once you've joined. How fares Our Lady? Is she seaworthy? Captain, we found a small crack in the port side, but I'll have it fixed before you know it. I see you have met the boy. Did he tell you his story? He babbles when he is nervous. Should his father be among the conscripts as he hopes, I mean to give him the choice to leave this loft. If he so chooses, I expect you to see they are provided for. I have heard that those who join the Confederacy forswear all ties with kin and homeland. Is that oath so easily put aside? If I allow it, I see in him the lad I was 25 years ago. You say the words, you mean them, but the yearning for home still lingers. My family is long dead, and I know this life is my lot, but he has scarce dipped his toes with us. If there is a life for him in Doma, he should have the chance to live it. Well said. The Empire's conquest has uprooted many and more. Be it in Yancha or out on the Ruby Sea, we have a duty to ensure that Ihanashi and others like him are free to dwell where they desire. Then the matter is settled. I will make preparations to cast off. Well, my friends, it seems we have our ship. Let us return to the Enclave. Riz, so far, I've liked the story where it's going. I feel, I mean, I read the patch notes, you know, they're very spoiler-free, for the most part anyway. It's probably gonna end slightly soon, unfortunately, but so far, what I've seen, I've actually liked quite a bit. No, that was such a more simple way of doing this. I've really enjoyed the voice acting returning. Always love it. Oh yeah, I hope you definitely enjoy it. Right after this, I'm gonna try to get the next little thing going. Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? Show me away. Hello, Choco. Whoa. What are you doing? It seems Ugidi and Alfino completed their task before us. They've been waiting. We scouted the structure and determined the swiftest path to safety. In the event of hostilities, we will lead the conscripts outside with all possible haste. From there, the Confederacy has pledged a ship to ferry us across the One River. Now we have but to attend the exchange and pray the Kami. These precautions were unnecessary. Hien is ready to proceed with the prisoner exchange. While we're putting our cognitive... I cannot talk today or read. Contingency plans in place, I left Hakuro in charge of organizing transport for the Imperial soldiers. He will see they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come. They await us on the riverbank not far from the castrum. Wonder where that's gonna be. Debatable what's gonna be faster. I'll be back. Something that really surprised me about this patch was the giant drop of side quests. I'd say giant drop, it's kind of a medium drop, but still, so many side quests. Alright, this is just going to be faster. Yeah, making a slight adjustment here. Okay, good deal. Your party is assembled then. Aye, and ready for what lies ahead, I trust. Lest there be any confusion though, the tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange, that and whatever else Asahi has planned. But regardless of the ambassador's intentions, we will bring our people home, you giddy? You are to evacuate the conscripts at the first sign of trouble. Yes, my lord. We, meanwhile, shall cover their escape and lend what support we can. Your ship awaits you at the castrum's loading docks. She'll see you safely home. Then all stand ready to play their part. Come, let us be about it. Okay.
At last, the hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Dorma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
Indeed. We are ready to proceed with the exchange when you are. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh, the supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Dorma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
Curious.
How very generous. I confess I had not expected such compassion, welcome though it is. But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
Well, yep, she's right back to normal.
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Nairi, widow of Sashihai, and acting Viceroy of Dorma. You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish!
Well, well. It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement with the Ambassador, you are free to return with him to the Empire. Your authority as acting Viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
My position is not for you to decide, little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Xenos himself. I will reign here in this putrid, pestilent swamp until the last of you has been broken. This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
There you have it. Oh shit.
What has she done?
Oh gods, this is a summoning.
A Dorman citizen has called forth an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed. Abandon the captives and make preparations to withdraw.
But Ambassador!
Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
As you command.
My lord, you must fall back!
You ask me to run?
Leave this to me. Strategic withdrawal.
Against such a foe, I would be more hindrance than help. The field is yours. We will withdraw, but not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul!
My lord.
I knew you would not flee. I see now the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours. But I am become Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon and divinity of night.
Tsukuyomi.
What power can compare to such celestial majesty?
That's gonna take some practice. Tsukuyomi. Oh man.
I shall plunge all I despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail. Come, let us cast the stalks and look upon the fate of Dorman. I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
Whoa. Oh man. Ugh. I'm about to do this, yes. But I'm gonna take a very quick restroom break. I'm excited about this. Man. I gotta make another quick adjustment really quick here too. You knew the troll wasn't Turtle Man? Hey, I just thought it was because of the trailer. After I looked at it again though, I saw the random, it looked more like Kojin rather than being Jinbu. But when I come back, we'll get right back into this. Give me just a second here. Okay, Chris, if you want to join. Are you still on this character on this, server? You are. Holy shit, Chris, did you leave the free company? I don't know how to feel about this. Oh, no, okay. I was looking at Kevin's. I don't know what I was thinking. I was looking at Kevin's title there. Whew. I was almost shocked. Have a song? I'm not sure. I don't really know what I'm going into. I didn't even know this was going to be a thing, honestly. Probably has a song. We'll see. So, Chris, are the Beast Trap quests fun for the Nemazu? Whew, here we go. Making him suffer? Okay. I am gonna be shitty.
Oh, it's going to be a long night.
No. You got a lot carrying that right off the bat.
Your end is near.
Oh shit. Those attacks are strong.
Beg for mercy. Your death will be all the sweeter.
Whoa. Okay, we got one of these weird little thingies going down. Now the real fight's about to start. Oh shit. Oh, Xenos. I like this. Well, there's the theme.
From mortal husk, I rise anew. The few swift night, I shall prevail.
I don't know what side to stand on. Ah! I'm thinking this was the wrong one. Maybe not. Ooh.
Night's chill, shine petals pale. Whoa!
I really don't like this. I have no idea what these thingies mean on the head.
Your end is near. In sunless gloom, black tendrils trace. No. Not yet. Not yet. I'll grind you under my heel.
Oh man, we're at 19%. That's a good thing. Oh shit, that's not though. Ugh.
I'll grind you under my heel.
Ooh. Very unforgiving. I hope you enjoy it, Troy. It's been great so far. I'm really digging this new trial as well. I'll have to do it a little bit more, obviously, to get the hang of it, but I love it so far. I get the whole like lot thing and the thing over your head now, though. Like when it's that blue or black with the blue thing, get on the lot side. Then when it changes over, get to the dark side, keep going back and forth. And when she drops that attack, if the icon above your head is correct, you survive. You don't just get murdered. But I'll have to do that a few more times to really get a good analysis on how to run that, though. That was a lot of fun. It looks like everybody else is gone. Give it to the other tank. Would totally give it to Chris, but he's already fled. Was that your first time, Chris? Or like have you already went in there once before? That was neat. It sounds like it was your first. That's what I'm saying. This dude has 0 heart.
You really must learn to finish the...
What the hell?
'Tis true that a gaudy mirror and a handful of crystals make for a feeble summoning. But even the weakest icon is a god of sorts. A threat that must be put down.
I hate that the pad right there, if you barely touch it, it'll skip the dialogue over. Get away, cursor.
My, such hostility. These beings are the sworn enemies of the Empire. I merely did my duty as an Imperial officer. Will you surrender to anger, then? Slay an anointed emissary to avenge a fallen foe? You cannot, of course. To do so would burn the bridges we have labored so hard to build. Oh, but I'm forgetting. They're already ash. This doorman woman has seen to that. The Empire cannot ally itself with any nation that refuses to renounce summoning. I believe I was most clear on that point. It should have been mine.
I really don't like this guy.
The power he bestowed upon her. I should have been the one to govern Doma. I would have repaid his faith.
Xenos
No one
fanboy.
alive loves him more than I. Instead, this harlot betrayed his trust. Useless piece of filth! Worthless whore! Ah!
Thank you, dear brother, for this precious gift. Vengeance.
Oh man. Yeah, there's no living through that one.
These people, our people, they ignore the corruption which festers beneath the surface. Cast aside that which is dirty and broken. Speak not of things which would disrupt their dreary little lives. Like you, Asahi. Always pretending not to see. You were the first. The first I swore to kill. Such bliss. I had thought my hunger insatiable. But now I am satisfied. You should feel honored, dear brother. I saved the last of my strength, just for you. What's the matter? The Witch of Doma will soon be dead.
Man. Gosetsu will mourn you. Tsuyu deserved a kinder fate.
He will mourn Tsuyu, perhaps. I wonder, was the fruit as sweet as he remembered?
Lord Xenos.
How is he still alive? The echo again.
Lord Xenos. I am at your disposal.
Asai, you were born of Doma, yes?
Yes, my lord. I am honored that you would remember me. How may I serve?
You are hereby appointed Ambassador Plenipotentiary, and empowered to speak with the voice of the Emperor. Return to your native land of Doma, and announce your intention to sue for peace.
For peace?
Once negotiations are underway, you are to locate the acting Viceroy.
She lives? That is to say, I will, my lord.
When you have found her, you will initiate a ritual to call forth an icon. I will instruct you in the necessary steps. Yotsuyu's faith is unreliable, but as a child raised to believe in the Kami, she will serve as a vessel for one of the Kojin's gods. She need only wish it to be so.
Why does he just have that handy?
The power will seem a gift, but the icon's essence will consume her. She will be no more than a husk, a slave to whim and desire.
I guess this opportune was planned, this whole little fiasco.
My lord, ever since the day you saw fit to save my miserable life, I have dreamed of repaying your benevolence. Upon my honor, I swear to devote myself wholly to your service. All that you command will be done, no matter the cost. But I fear the subtleties of your plan yet elude me. From the reports I have heard, the champion who aids the Doman resistance would make short work of a single icon.
The icon is merely a message. The pacifist teachings of the Populares spread through this city like a plague. And I would remind the people of the threat we face. You will be my chosen agent. The hand which tolls the warning bell. The salvation of this world will not be won through the signing of treaties.
Your chosen agent. I will not fail you, my lord. My master, Lord Xenos, he will come for you.
You have prevailed, I see.
Damn, he's sad already.
She is gone? Wherefore did the Kami spare us, only to inflict this pain?
Death shall not want for company this day. You spared us a worse disaster, but I fear our fledgling peace with the Empire was beyond saving.
Lord Hien!
Maxima, is it not? I assumed you long fled.
I entertain thoughts of escape even now, but our negotiations have yet to reach a satisfying conclusion. The ambassador insisted that the summoning spelled an end to our mission here, but it seemed to me there was more to the tale.
I saw a vision of Asahi's past. Xenos was behind this plot. Well, yeah.
I have heard tell of this power you wield. And in your vision, you witnessed Lord Xenos giving these orders.
No less.
How can that be? Xenos is dead. He took his own life after the battle in Alamigo. I saw his body with my own eyes.
Forgive me, but Lord Xenos is very much alive. He granted our party an audience prior to our departure. That he was gravely wounded is certain, but his recovery appeared to be proceeding apace.
I'm afraid I share Lord Hien's confusion. The man's death was confirmed and his remains interred. These are matters of public record.
I have no doubt you believe what you say. But what then is the explanation? That an impostor has infiltrated the innermost circle of the Imperial Court? The idea is inconceivable, absurd. But worthy of investigation nonetheless. Our movement can ill afford to have a highly placed pretender undermining our efforts.
Your efforts may yet bear fruit. Tell me, what is to become of our prisoner exchange? Though we have already taken custody of our conscripts, we have yet to release your Imperial comrades. Do you still intend to collect them?
Yes. As the late Ambassador's second-in-command, it falls to me to speak on the Empire's behalf. And I'm happy to confirm our intent to proceed according to the original agreement.
Then let us be about it. 'Twould be a pity to abandon such a promising beginning.
Indeed. You have my thanks, Lord Hien. As soon as our people are secure aboard our airship, we shall depart straightways for Garlemald.
Tread lightly, Pilus. I sense treachery awaits you there.
Might I accompany you to the capital?
Alphino, have you gone mad?
Impostor or no, if Xenos was instructing Asahi on the finer points of ritual summoning, then experience tells us there is an Ascian waiting in the wings. Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience. They need our help.
Were you indeed willing to share your knowledge of this enemy, we would not shun your counsel.
You truly mean to do this? In full knowledge of the danger?
I have seen the Warrior of Light risk his life on countless occasions. Next to him, I'm scarce more than a distraction on the battlefield. But in the meeting room or the audience chamber, there I can make a difference. I can strike bargains, forge ties, and change minds. And where better to do these things than in the home of our old enemy?
This is your moment. I believe in you, Alphino.
'Tis not for me to stop you. But I would have you consider an alternative arrangement. Rather than braving the Empire as a simple traveler, go forth as an emissary of Doma. Such a position should offer you some measure of protection.
Or put a target on his head.
Go then. You've obviously made up your mind. Just try not to do anything reckless, all right?
I shall be on my best behavior. Farewell, my friends.
I don't think we're gonna have the next expansion for quite some time, Troy. It'll probably still be at least another year and a half, if not a full 2 years. It's gonna be a while before we get to that point, but maybe parts of this will start leading to the conclusion of this segment of the story. You know, I'm sure we're about to get like another patch eventually that starts kind of a whole new chapter that'll lead up to the next expansion, but I don't really think this is going to be the one that does it. This is more so going to be kind of the conclusion of Stormblood here, and I don't even think that this one, like this patch herein, will do it. I don't even think the next patch will do it, honestly. I feel more so like it'll be the one right after that. I could be wrong though, but it makes so much more sense to go about it in that direction. But we'll really see over time, you know. We always have these mini patch updates coming up as well. I knew also he was planning some manner of treachery, but a summoning. Thank the kami, you were here, my friend. None of us would have escaped Yatsuyu's vengeance had you not intervened. She was a pawn, but she still had a choice, and chose to submit to the ambassador's plan. 'Tis little wonder Gotsetsu departed in silence. I gather he left the same way he came, along aboard a rowing boat. As for the culprits, most made it to Sekibun before the battle began earnest, but the vessel yet waits on the riverbank for those who did not flee in time. Then I suggest we put this doleful place behind us and make for the enclave together. 'Twould be a shame to miss the joyous reunion. Yeah, these loading screens are taking forever today. Here we go. Oh, another cutscene? Yes. With a lot of people.
How often have I imagined this moment? Thank you for helping it come to pass.
Gosetsu.
Ah, there you are.
Sounds a little happier. Still walking slow. But back to normal. No, he shaved his head.
Gosetsu, your hair.
What the hell?
My friend, what have you done?
An old man who cannot raise his blade has no place in the service of a young lord. Thus did I decide to devote my remaining days to pilgrimage. I will walk this land, offering prayers of repose for all the souls who left this life in suffering.
All of them?
Safe travels, Gosetsu. Don't leave us, Gosetsu.
This is no forlorn and final farewell. Send me on my way with a smile, my friend.
Scarcely have we said our goodbyes to Alphino, and you leave us too. But 'tis well that my companions find their own way forward. I must endeavor to do the same.
I have faith that you will find the best path for Doma without me, my lord. Pray forgive me this last act of selfishness, and grant me your blessing.
You have earned it 1,000 times over. Go in peace, my friend. I shall make of Doma a land where children laugh, and none need live in fear.
There is no better way to honor those who went before. And with that, I take my leave.
He looks pissed. Ah, Gosetsu, fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but there is yet an ample cause to be grateful. Pray join us in Kaikan. I would thank you properly. I think it's actually Kienkan. Probably wrapping up the story right here. Our brothers and sisters are returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live long in memory, and one that would never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is a source of grave concern, mayhap the gravest, yet there is little to be done but wait for Alfino to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gotsetsu by building a nation in which none need live in fear. I confess, I miss him already, but the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yotsuyu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Yotsuyu's childlike mien, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, but the little girl who was lost to him. After the loss of his family, Gosetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of the country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond his limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I'd hope that with her to sod, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment. Would that the kami had been so minded. My bad. Even now I labor to discern any meaning in Yotsuyu's fate, to deliver her from a certain death with no memory of her sins, only to leave her the mercy of her stepbrother. Can that truly have been their will? That I cannot tell you. The will of the kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment, a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us, and that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. That's probably the story of patch 4.3, if I'm guessing correctly. Yes, we will not have any more story until next patch. But, I mean, oh shit, I'm wrong. Olisei right here in front of me with more story. Sweet. That isn't the end. Olisei seems ready to bid farewell to Doma. This is probably the last one under the moonlight. Might as well. I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can do here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call. And at Ralger's Reach, we should be the ones to tell Lise about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. It's Fox. Tonberry Alise, you're back. No Elfino? It's good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But that's... If this is a joke, gods, this had better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, alright? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and well living, the Hollow back in Garlemald. I know how ludicrous this sounds, I'm still having difficulty believing it myself, but while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Tonberry's. He saw the Crown Prince through the echo in the meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. It was him. It was Xenos. Xenos is alive. No. It must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? Thal's gilded. Halls. Whatever are you talking about? Thancred. Thancred, what brings you to the Reach? Elfino had me lending a hand at the Saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work, and so on, just until operations were up and running. And now they are. Oh, now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wandering my weary way to the headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard this, but some suggestions. The late Crown Prince could have gotten better. If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave, but if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried up at Bloodhall in the locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. Who wants to upset the locals? Then it shouldn't be too hard to find, Nago. You're in charge until I get back. Princess Farron, hello. Totally understand, Princess Farron. Ragna, hello. Thank you both so much. And enjoy it, it's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun so far. Well, going too far. Got caught up in all the ambiance. Oh, there it is. Damn, they gave him a big grave. This is it. God, it better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago. I had it scrubbed off and thought no more about it. No one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied. Well then, we are presented with but one course of action. We had best be sure we are not observed in doing it. Shall we begin?
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Well then.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
And we were being observed. If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Elfino's theory of Ascian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no claims about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Ascian is walking around in Xenos' body. It seems a distinct possibility. Once I've put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Raban needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Rogler's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stones then? It's past time we shared these developments with the others. Oh shit, we're already there. Cool. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Orianger over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Y'shtola is on her way and should be here. Y'shtola? It's been a while. Ali say, Tonberry, 'tis good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Disturbing developments indeed, given all that we know. I too would conclude that an Ascian now inhabits Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Tonberry, Nay, Alfino had the rot of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety, capable though he has become. He ventures alone into the enemy stronghold and the shadowy web of the paragons, like as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Huh. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Lot. The summoner is dead, and the rot beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. It's insane. What's going on here? What are you doing? Fiddling with that thing. I asked you a question, soldier. What are you? Have you lost your mind? I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon this stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. I shall use this chance to repent for my sins. Shall you? I don't know. Embrace goodness and mediocrity. Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. I just left more questions. Lunar Sockle. Cool. But, everybody, I've been on here for a little while. I believe I'm gonna go ahead and log out and take a small break. not too long from now, I will definitely be back. When I say small break, I really mean a pretty small break. Just gonna eat a little snack, kind of get my station set back up here. I ran out of drinks. It's a sad truth. But then when I come back, we're gonna finish up this story. I'm gonna dive into the raids and everything else that this patch has to offer that I can possibly keep going for the night with. But like I said, I need to take a small break here. And again, just kind of get myself set back up for another few hours here. I'm going to be back in about 30 minutes, and I'll stream for about a little bit longer than what this one was. This one was to mainly soak up most of the story. I'll finish it out in the next little part, and then keep on going with the rest of the new content. Not going to be doing the Beast Tribe quest, unfortunately. Didn't get the Fisherman there. Not quite. But maybe within the next, realistically within the next month, but I'm going to say within the next few weeks, hopefully I can get it up there and be pretty up to par with the standards of being at the right level to do those Beast Tribe quests, but again, we'll just have to see. Hopefully you can catch me pretty soon though when I get back on here. Again, like 30-minute break, not too long from now. And yes, Chris, see you soon. You can tank and heal for the new dungeon and the raid. Sweet. That actually sounds amazing, Chris, and thank you so much. And Mira, yes, thank you. See you in a bit as well. And I thank you all for joining in for a little while and popping in, and everybody that didn't spoil anything, and everybody that respectively showed up just to, you know, kind of pop in and, you know, didn't want to catch spoilers themselves, so just popped in and popped out for, you know, courtesy. That's always nice too. Again, I'm not trying to spoil anything for anybody either. And I thank you all so much for jumping in here. Again, I'm loving this patch so far. I know it's going to end a lot sooner than what I want it to, but they did give us a lot of content to really rush out on here, and I cannot wait to keep doing. I might not do it again tonight. Maybe at the end we'll really see, but I may do that trial again. No doubt I'll be doing it again in pretty good succession to just get a good layout of the fight. But until then, everybody, I'm out of here. Thank you all so much. Mira, Chris, glad that you can make it. Troy, thanks for sticking around as well. Princess Farron and Ragna, hopefully you both enjoy this story coming up. It has been pretty great. I was surprised in a few things. The trial really caught me on surprise. Rez, glad that you can make it. Datham, it's been cool having you. Matt K, glad that you can make it back tonight. It's been a while. But everybody, I'm out of here, and hopefully you can catch me here in a little bit, though. Thank you all so much for watching, and again, we'll pick up back on this story very soon. See you in a bit, everyone. And to everybody that can't make it, see you soon. Hopefully tomorrow, if anything, but to everybody that can, again, just like 30 minutes.